We're back with another video here. Now again, I'm going to touch on another subject that I've touched on before: food shortages. This video is not to scare anybody or to get anybody in a panic or anything. This is a prepping side of this channel, and this is just to let you know what's happening in the world out there, because the media out there will not tell you these stories or tell them the way I will be telling them. Now, this is a Wednesday that we are dropping this video, so maybe this will be called Wisdom Wednesday, because when you take into account what I'm saying, you research what I'm saying, and you realize that these things are coming true and are happening and have been happening, you gain wisdom and you understand how you need to prepare, what you need to do in order to prepare for these things. And if you don't know about the latest and greatest, you're about to find out. So we got a bird flu epidemic that has claimed at least 36 bald eagles. That's the headline out there. Well, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The outbreak of the H5N1 has forced farmers to kill at least 27 million chickens and turkeys. Now that ain't no small number. The virulent bird flu epidemic that's resulted in nearly 27 million chickens and turkeys being destroyed in 30 states has also killed dozens of bald eagles. So we're not going to worry about the 27 million chickens that have died, but we're going to worry about the dozens of bald eagles. This is also, if you didn't hear my first sentence there, is that's only 30 states. That's only 30 states that this has happened in. That's not including the rest of the United States, the other countries that are around the globe, and these other factory farms. The first detected in the U.S. in January, H5N1, a strain of highly pathogenic avian influenza, has been reported across Midwest, South, and East Coast. At least 36 bald eagles have died as a result of contracting the virus since then, according to the United States Department of Agriculture. Now, if you want to look at a really good documentary on the food industry, I would recommend you looking into Food Inc. You'll see how these commercial farmers actually grow their chickens, what kind of conditions they live in, and when one of these chickens gets sick, all of them get sick, and it is a huge tragedy on that note. But 27 million chickens and turkeys is nothing to sneeze at, especially with the supply chain crunch that we have as well. We also have the high fertilizer prices and all that. Now, I'm not sure if you have heard about the influenza, but maybe you've also heard about the mysterious food processing plants that all of a sudden are catching fire and planes are flying into them. And again, these articles are in the links to these articles are in the description below. Back to the chickens again. From what I gather, the H5N1 is deadly to the chickens, but it's not bad for human consumption as long as it's cooked properly. Don't quote me on that. Do your own research. But again, it's something to take note of. You never know when you might need that information down the road. So let's get to these food processing plants. A weird trend has emerged over the past few months that seems statistically unlikely. A number of factories, logistical centers, and food processing plants have caught fire or exploded, including 2 that had plane crash on them. More and more people have noticed and wondered about the trend on social media. Of course, this has caused the conspiracy theorists to come out in force. So one must make a sober assessment without jumping to conclusions. But man, this is weird with all the negative pressures on the economy, supply chains, even Joe Biden talking about global food shortages over the next several months. One has to wonder what's going on here. I'll get into that in a second. Let's get into this other article here. Food shortages have been exacerbated by a string of fires, plane crashes, and explosions as nearly 24 food processing facilities across Canada and the United States. The most recent happened on Thursday in Georgia when a small plane crashed shortly after takeoff in General Mills plant just east of Atlanta. 2 occupants of the plane were in the crash, as reported by the New York Post. Now, we're going to also get into the 24 factories that have gone down. I have a list here of all of them. It started in January of last year, and this year has completely excelled. So just this year alone, if you want a picture or something with this list that I have compiled here, I can send that to you. Just contact us in our emails down below. But we have all fires except for 2 airplane crashes, an explosion, and a boiler explosion. And yes, they are all food processing plants. What I want to talk to you about from experience as being an electrician and working in food processing plants, these fires, the majority of these fires are quite interesting to me because I have worked in food processing plants, and they take safety in most of them that I've worked in. I've not worked in all of them, but I would say 98% of the food processing plants that I've worked with, Loblaws, Maple Leaf Foods, all those big brands that we have around here in Canada. I've worked with Gatorade and things like that. Safety is always duly looked at. So they have usually 2 systems looking over the same line. It can be the same type of system, but they'll have 2 computers watching it. So if one goes down, they automatically have a backup system looking at the operating system itself. So it's quite interesting that all these food processing plants, their systems have failed, and they've had fires that have actually destroyed their facilities. And it's quite interesting that also these plane crashes both happened twice in the same week. And it's also quite interesting, like the article says, that you have both Joe Biden and Justin Trudeau claiming that there's going to be food shortages coming in the near future. You also have now the bird flu that's going around, killing all the chickens and turkeys. You also have, that is not announced, I can pull up some articles and do a video, but I'm sure that you have seen it out there, that farmers are dumping their produce or told to destroy it, and they are getting paid 1.5 times the rate that they would get paid otherwise if they delivered the food. You can call me a conspiracy theorist or not, but that has been seen and shown. I've seen videos, I've talked to farmers that have actually confirmed this intelligence. So what is one way that you control a society? You control them with food. Why is also the fact that gas is going up, fertilizers are going up? The climate has been so drastically changed in so many places across the world that it's been almost impossible to grow crops. Is it that you have Bill Gates, our top doctor. Actually, that's what they claim. He's the top doctor in the world, a software engineer. Bill Gates, who is one of the richest men in the world, owning most of the United States farmland, and who is the same person that is saying that we're going to be starting to eat synthetic meat, that our water should be made from feces from cows and other animal products. Why is it that they're putting walls around the White House and the Parliament buildings here in Canada? And if the walls are there, why are they enforcing them even further than what they are? Why are they putting laws in place that they're making it illegal for you to protest and to have any uprising? Why did you just have Klaus Schwab, part of the World Economic Forum, claim that the world is going to become a lot more angry and a lot more vicious? These are things that we need to take into account, because if you listen to the mainstream media these days, they'll tell you that everything's okay. And that's their job. They don't want to alert people and to make the masses scatter and cause chaos. They want this to be a controlled chaos. They want to control the chaos. You can call me a conspiracy theorist or not, but things have come to light one too many times. And like I've said it before, what do you call a conspiracy theorist when things have come true? Some say a prophet, some say a prepper. I just say I'm a guy that wants to know what's going on in the world so I can take care of my own shit. And I want each and every one of you to take care of yourselves as well. Thanks for watching me today. I'll see you in the next one.